Do y'all go to church? What denomination are you, sis? What denomination are you? What?
I'm Seventh-day Adventist.
Seventh-day Adventist. What about you, sis? You go to church? No. You go to
Christian.
what denomination?
Holiness.
Okay, holiness. So I want y'all to look at this sign right here, right? These are all the guys that actually started those denominations. They founded those denominations. What's the common denominator with every single one of those men right there? They are all whites. None of our people established any of those denominations.
That's right.
And those denominations were started before slavery.
Bring it out.
Before they sent the men over here to put us in slavery, those denominations were already set up in Spain, in Portugal. A lot of that stuff was already kicked off before it was brought over here. And when we were brought over here as slaves, guess what? They indoctrinated us with those doctrines so that we don't know who we are. That's why you don't know that you're from the tribe of Judah. That's why you don't know that you are an Israelite from one of the tribes according to the Bible. Because you were brainwashed ever since slavery. How you doing, sister? I'm all right, sis. All praise to the Most High. So you got any questions, sis? You know what we going over today?
You want to know where we came from?
Where we came from. Okay. So give me Galatians 4:26 real quick. I'm gonna show you where we all came from as Israelites. All right, and then we'll go a little bit deeper into it. All right. Go ahead, read that because a lot of people tell us where do a lot of people tell us that blacks came from?
They're going to say Africa.
Exactly. They're gonna say Africa, right? But it's deeper than that. Read.
Galatians chapter 4, verse 26.
Bring it out.
But Jerusalem, which is above, is free, which is the mother of us all.
The scriptures say that Jerusalem is the mother of us all. Now, don't get it twisted because you have to understand the landmass of Africa was split. If you know about Israel and Egypt, where's Jerusalem at?
Jerusalem's in Egypt, right?
Israel.
Oh, it's Israel.
Jerusalem is in Israel, the Holy Land, where we actually supposed to be at, right? But guess what? We got cast out of Israel, out of Jerusalem. Why? Because of our disobedience. So now imposters are living over there claiming to be us, all right? But we're going to get into that in a little bit. We're going to answer your question. So the landmass of Africa was divided by what you call the Suez Canal, which is a man-made waterway, okay? Because that wasn't always there. You were also, in past times, you were actually able to walk from Egypt right into Israel and vice versa. You could walk between the lanes. But then they made a man-made waterway called the Suez Canal to divide it. And now what do they call Israel? They call it the Middle East, right? But the whole time, Israel was always a part of the landmass of what they call Africa. All right? So we came from, read that again.
But Jerusalem, which is above, is free, which is the mother of us all.
So we all came from Jerusalem. That's where we came from. Now, to get a little bit deeper into it so that you understand why we're supposed to be there. If I asked you, sis, what's your nationality? What would you tell me? You American? Okay. Where did that name American come from? It came from a white man named Amerigo Vespucci. So a lot of people say they American or African American, but both of those names, that term for one was coined by Jesse Jackson in the 1980s. So you can't be older than your nationality. That wouldn't make any sense, right? How you doing, sister? What's your name, sis?
Lydia.
Lydia, and what's your name, sis? I didn't ask.
I'm Tracy.
Tracy. Lydia and Tracy, all praises. I'm Navi. So nice to meet y'all. Right now we're going over where we came from as a people and who we are as a people according to the Bible. Do you believe in the Bible, sis? All praise, and you believe in the Bible, sis. All praise to the Most High. So, the name, if I ask you, because I just asked this sis right here, sis Lydia, if I asked you what is your nationality, what would you tell me?
I already know I said the wrong thing to him.
So what is it? What's your nationality?
So I guess I have to say African American.
African American. Okay, so sis said American, you said African American. Now, I want y'all to piece something, right? Would y'all two consider yourselves the same nationality?
So,
I'm talking about bloodline, your race, your nationality. Would both of you think that you would come from the same race of people?
well, I say American. I don't know about
Okay, so I'm gonna just say this, right? Both of y'all most likely come from the same race. We all probably come from the same race. But what I want y'all to peep is both of y'all gave different answers. So what I'm showing you is that there's confusion in our community of what we identify ourselves as. Why is that? Because we've been brainwashed through different slaveries and captivities, our oppressors, the powers that be. We've lost our heritage. They've confused us. They want us to think we African American, Afro American, Negro, Black, all of these different names, but they're not our true identity according to the Bible. All right? So that's what I want to show y'all. So sis, you said African American, right? I was just telling sis, Tracy, that those two names come from two white men. Leo Scipio Africanus, which is where African came from, and Amerigo Vespucci, which is where America came from. So you are calling yourself by the names of two white men. How does that make sense? How do we as a melanated black people come from two white men? Two white men can't even procreate, first and foremost. So that don't even make any sense. But that's the confusion that they sell to our people so that we don't know who we really are according to the Bible.
Well, question: why not America? We in America.
We are, so
Born here.
so you're confusing residency with nationality. Just because you're born somewhere doesn't mean that that's your race. Just like a Chinese man can be born here, right? Does that make him American?
That's true.
He's still Chinese by blood.
He be Chinese American.
Well, by blood, he's still, because what if America wasn't even called America?
Well, that's
But don't other countries, like, people, like, they say they from Italy. They say, I'm
That
Italian.
number's one.
Right,
So
And
that-
Irish.
they call that their race.
right. So this is what I'm gonna show. Go ahead, give me that. Numbers 1 to 18. I'm gonna show you how do you determine what your race is? Because we all believe in the Bible, right? So we have to lean on the scriptures.
That's right.
Because we've been sold a lot of stuff in our society that's just not true and confusing. It don't make no sense when you really break it down and dissect it. All right, go ahead and read that.
Numbers chapter 1, verse 18.
Bring it out.
And they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month, and they declared their pedigrees after their families.
All right, hold on. It says they declared their pedigrees. What does pedigree mean? So if I say I got a pit bull pedigree for a dog, what is that? What does the pedigree mean?
That's the
The bloodline, exactly. So it says they declared their pedigrees, their bloodlines, read.
After their families, by the house of their fathers.
So it says they declared their pedigrees, their bloodline, or in terms of what we're speaking of, their race, by the house of their fathers, by their father's lineage. Why do you think they would declare their bloodline by their father?
Because that's what they've been told.
We hope that you enjoy your stay.
Their father carries the seed.
The father carries.
Whatever the father is, that's what you are. So I'm gonna give you an example, right? If I have a watermelon seed, right? I plant one here in America, I plant one in China, I plant one in Australia, Europe, Hawaii. What is that seed gonna grow to be no matter where it's at? It's gonna be a watermelon. It's not gonna be watermelon American, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a watermelon no matter where it's at. So these titles, these names, they've been given to confuse our people. Because the powers that be want us to neglect our true identity and nationality as the chosen people of God. We are the Israelites according to the Bible.
That's right.
We're not African American. We're not Native American. We're not Puerto Rican. The blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, according to the Bible, we are God's chosen people. All right? If you look at this sign right here, right? Hold this sign up, soldier. If you look at this sign, these are what you call the 12 tribes of Israel. Are y'all familiar with the story of Moses when he led the Israelites away from the Egyptian captivity? These are the people that were with Moses. These were always God's chosen people. When you read the scriptures from front to back, it always says Israel, 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 Israel. From Genesis to Revelation, Israel is the common theme. And these are God's people, the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. So if you look on this side, over here, these are the modern day names that our slave owners have given us, our oppressors have given us to confuse us so that we don't know who we are. American blacks, West Indian blacks, Haitians, Puerto Ricans, Cubans, Dominicans, Guatemalan on down. But on this side is our God-given name according to the Bible.
That's right.
This is what they don't want us to know. They don't want us to know that we are God's chosen people. We don't know that if you call yourself a so-called African American, you are really from the tribe of Judah, which is the same tribe Christ came from. Give me that Hebrews. That's the tribe Christ came from. So if Christ was walking this earth today, guess what? He would blend in with the rest of us.
That's right.
He would look just like our people. You wouldn't know that he was. This is the image that they try to give us, because he would look just like us, just like he did in ancient times. Yeah, we'll go over the image of Christ. How you doing, sis? What's your name, sis? You right here, sis. Tamika. All right, so I got Tamika, Lydia, and Tracy. I'm Navi, sis. So right now, what we're going over is the sister had asked, where do we come from? And we were showing them that we come from Jerusalem. That is the motherland of all mankind. But us as a chosen people, the 12 tribes, we are the Israelites according to the Bible.
Yes,
all right, we're not African American, we're not Native American, we're not black, Negro, all these other names that they've given us. We are not those people. All right, we are the Israelites according to the Bible.
That's right.
All right, give me that, because again, we said that Christ came from the tribe of Judah, right? All praise. So we're going to prove that. Everything that we speak out here, we're going to prove in the scriptures. If we can't prove it in the scriptures, we're going to shut our mouth. We're not going to say it. And we're showing you things that you will never see in your Christian church, because the churches have not been set up or designed to tell our people these things. The Christian church was actually based on white supremacy.
Shalom, Israel. This is Bishop Nathaniel. I want you to know that you can view all our Sabbath classes live on IUIC TV. That's right, I said on IUIC TV. Download the app today. Shalom.
Who got that sign with the Christian churches that can bring it up here? The man-made religions. Because, do y'all go to church? What denomination are you, sis? What denomination are you?
I'm Seventh-day Adventist.
Seventh-day Adventist. What about you, sis? You go to church? No. You go to what denomination?
Holiness.
Okay, holiness. So I want y'all to look at this sign right here, right? These are all the guys that actually started those denominations. They founded those denominations. What's the common denominator with every single one of those men right there? They are all white. None of our people established any of those denominations.
That's right.
And those denominations were started before slavery.
Bring it out.
Before they sent the men over here to put us in slavery, those denominations were already set up in Spain, in Portugal. A lot of that stuff was already kicked off before it was brought over here. And when we were brought over here as slaves, guess what? They indoctrinated us with those doctrines so that we don't know who we are. That's why you don't know that you're from the tribe of Judah.
That's right.
That's why you don't know that you are an Israelite from one of the tribes according to the Bible.
That's right.
Because you were brainwashed ever since slavery. All right, go ahead and read that.
Hebrews chapter 7, verse 14. For it is evident that our Lord sprang out of Judah.
So it says, it is evident that our Lord sprang out of Judah. So the tribe of Judah is where Christ came from. So let me ask you a question, sis. If I ask you which one of these is Christ, what would you say? The one that's white? That's what you really think he looked like? No. How do you think Christ looks? Huh? Like you? And why do you think that? Because you black. All right, let's see what the Bible says. All right, go ahead, give me that. Revelation 1:1.
Revelation chapter 1, verse 1. The revelation of Jesus Christ.
So it says the revelation of Jesus Christ. What is the root word of revelation? Reveal. So if it's the revelation of Jesus Christ and it's the root word is reveal, what do you think it's about to do right here? It's about to reveal what Christ looked like. All right, jump down to 14.
Sir. Revelation chapter 1, verse 14. His head and his hairs were white like wool.
It said his head and his hairs were white like wool. So the hair on his head and the hairs on his face, his beard, his eyebrows, all of that, it says were white like wool. Who on the planet has woolly textured hair? We do. The so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Keep reading.
As white as snow. And his eyes were as a flame of fire.
It was a flame of fire because Christ drunk wine in moderation. So black folks, when we drink wine, how do our eyes turn? The whites of our eyes start to turn red, right? And a little bit glossy, right? That's what it's talking about. It said Christ, his eyes was a flame of fire because he drank wine in moderation. He wasn't a drunkard or a wine bibber like the Pharisees tried to call him. Keep reading.
And his feet like unto fine brass.
What color is brass, sis? It says his feet were like unto fine brass. What color is brass? Exactly, a brown, like a penny, like a copper color, right? All right, keep reading.
As if they burned in a furnace.
So it says they were like brass as if they burned in a furnace. So if you take anything and you burn it in a furnace, what color does it turn?
That's right.
What is it? Okay, what color is ash? Oh, so I said if you burn it. So, all right, I'm going to give you another. So if you take a piece of bread and you burn it, what color is it going to turn? Black. So Christ was a dark-skinned black man. All right? So that's what we're showing you. But guess what? What's in all these churches? Remember, I just showed you the sign of all of the man-made religions, right? And all of the men that founded those religions were what? White men, right? So guess what? What do you think a white man is going to do if he's trying to indoctrinate his slaves? He's going to give you a white image. All right? That's why we have these images in all of our churches. None of these churches were founded by black men, but we got this hanging high and mighty in our churches. All right? Brainwashing our people. All right? Give me 2 Thessalonians 2 and 10. 2 Thessalonians 2 and 10. Because we are under a delusion. We are under witchcraft right now that we got to snap out of. It is a very strong witchcraft that our people are under, because a lot of this stuff I'm telling you, it makes perfect sense. But when you think about it, for whatever reason, we've never seen this stuff in the Bible. Even though these are the same Bibles that are in all of these Christian churches, we just tend to skip over all of this stuff. That Christ was black, the apostles were black, the disciples were black. Black is in the Bible so many times. The word Israel is in the Bible so many times. But we skip over all of this stuff. Keep reading. Go ahead, read that.
2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 9. Even him whose coming is after the working of Satan with all power and signs and lying wonders.
This is talking about the white man. What does it say about the white man?
Who's after the working of Satan with all power and signs and lying wonders.
He came after the workings of Satan with all power, signs, and lying wonders. This is a lying wonder. Why is it a lying wonder? Because he has the whole world. It ain't just America. He has the whole world deceived by this image right here. You go to China, you see Chinese people with this image hanging up in their house. You go to India, they got this image hanging, and that's not even the religion of their tradition. But whenever they feel like they want to convert, guess what? This is in their house. All right? Keep reading.
And with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish.
It says all deceivableness of unrighteousness. What is this the deceivableness of unrighteousness? It's the fact that when they set this image up, guess what came with this image? So much sin and evil that's contrary to the Bible.
That's right.
For instance, what day does the Christian church normally go to church? Aside from we already know Seventh-day Adventists, they go to church on Saturday. But normally, most Christian churches, what day do they gather to go to church? On a Sunday, right? That is a deceivableness of unrighteousness. Also, I'm going to give you another. Matter of fact, we're going to prove that real quick, sis. Because the scriptures say that, what's the Sabbath day? Give me Leviticus 20 and 23. What you say, sis? Saturday, right? All praises. So, the seventh day of the week is on a Saturday. So, a lot of times when we tell Christians this, they say, well, yeah, that's fine, but I can go and worship God any day of the week. Do y'all agree with that? Okay, so you can worship God any day of the week, but guess what? There's a certain day that you're commanded to come together, to gather together. There's a certain day that you're commanded that you cannot by yourself. There's a day that you're commanded that you cannot cook or work. That is on the Sabbath day. So I can worship God Monday through Sunday, but guess what? On the Sabbath day, I have to come and gather with my people. And there's other parameters that I have to also do, or some things that I also cannot do. And we're going to go over that real quick. Read.
Leviticus chapter 23, verse 3.
Bring it out.
6 days shall work be done, but the seventh day is the Sabbath of rest.
So it says the seventh day is the Sabbath of rest. You are supposed to rest from your work on that day. It says 6 days shall work be done. You got 6 whole days the Most High gives you to work, make your money, prepare for the Sabbath. But on the seventh day, he said, that's my day. Give that to me. I gave you life. I gave you breath in your body. So you can take that 6 days and do what you want with it as long as you keep in the laws. But on the seventh day, I need you to rest that day and give that day to me. Read.
And holy convocation.
What is a convocation? Do you know what a convocation is? Tracy, do you know what a holy convocation?
I don't.
Convocation means a holy gathering. Assembly. Exactly. A holy gathering. So it says you must have a holy gathering on the Sabbath day. The seventh day, like you said, a Saturday, which really is from Friday sundown to Saturday sundown. That's another deceivableness of unrighteousness that came with this image. Because they tell us what time does the day start, did they say? 12 midnight, right? That don't make sense. How is the middle of the night the beginning of the day? That don't make no daggone sense. Also, they say that January 1st is the beginning of the year. But that's the dead of winter. Nothing is coming to life in the dead of winter. That's a deceivableness of unrighteousness that came with this image right here. All right, keep reading.
Ye shall do no work therein.
So it says you shall do no work. So all your work must be done in those 6 days. On the Sabbath day you rest. Read.
It is the Sabbath of the Lord in all your dealings.
Right, read.
These are the feasts of the Lord.
All right, now give me Exodus 16:23. We're going to show you a few other things that you cannot do on the Sabbath that you're not going to learn in the church. Like, did you say you were Seventh-day Adventist? Okay, it must have been another sister. So, Seventh-day Adventists, yes, they do have the day right as far as when you're supposed to come together. But they still don't keep the other parameters that we're supposed to keep on the Sabbath day. All right, read.
The book of Exodus chapter 16, verse 23. And he said unto them, this is that which the Lord hath said. Tomorrow is the rest of the holy Sabbath unto the Lord. Bake that which ye will bake today.
So it says, bake that which you will bake today. So it said tomorrow is the Sabbath of the Lord, right? Which means, what day was it when he was speaking this? He said tomorrow is the Sabbath of the Lord. So it was Friday, right? Good job, sis. All right, keep reading.
And seethe that ye will seethe.
So seethe means to boil. Like, you know how you boil some food? So it says, bake what you want to bake today. Boil what you want to boil today, because tomorrow's the Sabbath. So do that stuff today. All right, read.
And that which remaineth over, lay up for you to be kept until the morning.
Right. So you might eat some tonight, but that's that which is left over, laid up to keep tomorrow. Why? Because you can't cook on the Sabbath. There's no cooking on the Sabbath. You can't heat up no food on the Sabbath. So he says, bake whatever you need to bake today, so you can eat it. You can eat some tonight. You can eat it tomorrow. All right, so like us, all of us brothers, we keep the Sabbath the way that it's supposed to be kept. So we can eat cold food like salads, sandwiches, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. We don't cook on the Sabbath because that's a commandment of the Most High God.
What is a nation? Nation is men leading by example. Nation is family.